Breaking news on the Just Another Castle podcast. We discuss an app no one ever used and have no information about it.
事件の香りだ。あいつどこまで行くんだ？調べるぞ。大丈夫か？行くぞ、相棒。
Hello and welcome to the Just Another Castle podcast. I'm your host Matt, and with me this week is Mike.
Damn it, I didn't think of a funny line. So come back to me.
All right, and Unoclay.
I'm not ready to order yet either. Matt, why don't you put in your order first, and I'll just get the French fries.
Yeah, come on, man.
All right, I'll take the fish. No. I guess we'll start off with what we've been playing this week. I've mostly been playing Pokemon, I guess X or Y and Pokemon Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, whichever one. Whatever, Ruby, that's the one I have. And I'm just trying to finish the National Dex, which is getting all 721 Pokemon. And so far, I've gotten quite a bit of Pokemon. Yeah, 2.
You've got
When I started this challenge, because I opened up like Pokemon Y for some reason and looked at my Pokedex, and I'm like, I have 500 something. I'm like, maybe I could do this. And at that point, when I started, I had 211 left. And from what I can calculate now, I only have 120 left. So apparently I got like 78 Pokemon so far, like finding them and catching them and trading them and whatnot, which is, I think, sounds like quite a lot in like a week and a half or something. So that's kind of nuts. The rest of them are just
and
like...
the new comes out this week, right? So
What?
you don't have to worry about that legendary.
Well, I gotta actually get there somehow. But,
Do you got Chandelure? That's all that matters.
yeah.
Yeah! Favorite one. That's my favorite Pokemon.
Oh, man. Mine is like this cotton candy Pokemon. It's adorably and ridiculous. It's Slurpuff. But,
Is it the one that appears in Smash Brothers? Because those are like the only ones that I know. And there's like cotton candy looking
I
ones.
don't think so, but I think its first form does, but it definitely should appear in some game because it's the best. But that's pretty much what I've been playing. Yeah, hopefully eventually I'll finish it. So far, the Pokemon you need to get most are just ones I get from evolving. So I'll have like the baby form of the Pokemon, and then I just gotta like level it up a bit. Some of them are gonna take longer than others, or I can just breed one Pokemon everyone wants and then just trade for it, which is probably what I'll do because it'll just take too long. But yeah, that's where I am so far. So Mike, what have you been playing this week?
Well, yeah, I totally missed last week too, but I beat that Grim Fandango remastered. Got that platinum. You know what I'm saying? I started Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, Arena 2. I mean, I had the game, the limited edition, bought for a year. I finally opened it, and then surprise, February 2015, free game of the month, PSN, is this game. So that's ironic, I think. Yeah, so I'm doing that. Let's see. Oh yeah, I'm at like World 6 in Kirby now.
Oh yeah. Cool.
Yeah, no, True Deluxe it's awesome. Like I said, I mean, I love Return to Dreamland. So, I mean, like this game just kind of, I don't want to say like it's an upgrade of it, but it's like, I want to say it's like a sibling to it. It's like the same, like it's like the same exact engine running. It's just fantastic.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else am I doing? Oh, no, I feel like I had a bajillion games I was playing, but I'm totally having a brain fart. So let's just go with that. That I got a platinum. Yes.
So how was so Persona Ultimax, whatever crazy title is the fighting game? How is it as far as fighting games go?
I mean, this one's, if you play Persona 4 Arena, the first one, it's similar, but at the same time, they kind of changed a lot of the stuff in the game. There's a lot more characters. There's the Persona 3 characters in the game now. They added a lot more things and they changed some of the core elements, because Persona 4 Arena was more like, oh, here's this game with all the Persona 4 characters because this series is super popular and, enjoy it. Like, I only really played today for a few hours doing the challenge modes and stuff, so I could get freaking, so I can get some trophies because that's what it's about. But yeah, I'm probably gonna bang out like the story mode like tomorrow. I heard the game is made easier because I think they knew this one's gonna appeal more to a wider audience, and the other one was more of a niche kind of thing.
Yeah. Is this a sequel or is it like the Super Street
Yeah,
Fighter version?
it technically is it's a sequel to the Fighter, which was a side story. You know what I mean? But
Okay.
the thing is, though, Persona 4 Arena, like if you actually like are a fan of the Persona series, apparently Persona 4 Arena comes after Golden, or it's the summer before that Persona technically ends, kind of thing. It's you know what I mean? It's like it's one of those Legend of Zelda, I'll squeeze you in the middle kind of kind of Oracle of Seasons. Like, oh yeah, that happened. When did Link get that? Yeah, that throw it in that part of the timeline. All right.
I
So.
just thought you're talking about Persona and we were talking about Fire Emblem waifus before, and it's funny that you love Persona 4, but you hate Fire Emblem because it's all about waifus now, even though Persona is kind of about
Yo,
waifus.
my waifus are fine in Persona. I hate Fire Emblem. I don't.
But
And
to
there
be
was some.
fair, at least in that game, it's like you're in high school, like you're dating around. It kind of like fits the theme, whereas like you're on the battlefield. Here, let's have kids for
With
no
an
reason.
archer,
Like
and you're
what?
like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
If we breed, we can get a better lancer. It's like
Yeah.
what?
And it'll only take like 2 years for them to be like 18 years old or 20 something years old.
Yeah, come on now. Like, I'm like, when I'm playing my strategy games, I'm like, what kind of and stats could this kid have? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, who cares about now? But yeah, I mean, freaking other than that, like, I ordered a few games. I have Paper Jam coming in the mail,
Hmm.
so that's gonna be awesome. And then I got let's see, Paper Jam, and I got Danganronpa, another episode for the Vita coming through. This
Cool.
is technically my last Vita game on my backlog. So other than that, then it's all JRPGs left over.
Cool. Yeah, Paper Jam came in the mail for me. I don't know if I mentioned this last week or whatever, but Paper Jam came in the mail for me, and I'm like, wait a second, I don't want this crap. I like pre-ordered a bunch of games
You
because there
know
was some
what, Paper?
sale, and then I forgot to like cancel the order, and then it came in. I got like a message in the mail or in my email saying it's being sent to your house tomorrow. I'm like, oh, I don't want it. Guess it's going back.
Why? Because the reviews have been so
Really
bad.
don't want to? How come
No,
now?
it's just because from what I saw of it, it didn't really look all that new or interesting. I think
Okay.
I just ordered it like just on the off chance it might be something good, or something might change and it might look more interesting. But I'm like, eh.
I'd be interested to hear Mike's reviews once you get a chance to play it, Mike, because I'm always on the fence with these ones till I hear they're good, and it's been a while. So, I used to enjoy them like everyone else. So,
Well, I
look
mean,
forward.
for me, like I always say, I say Superstar Saga, like the best RPG Mario's ever made. So
It's a good one. It's up there.
yeah, I mean, look, Paper Mario RPG is fine. I mean, Paper Mario 64. I mean, Super Mario RPG is it's good. It's really deep, but
See,
I
I'm a 10,000 year door guy, so I hear you though. I like both of those ones. You
thousand
just,
year door.
you know,
It's not, but for me, nothing beats like out of the Paper Mario series. Nothing beats like freaking the first one. Like I don't know, like Thousand Year Door for me. I felt like the pinnacle of that game was that in the third chapter when you got to go to Rock and you do
yeah.
the whole like I love that. And then I think like for me, like what makes Paper Mario like super good is like I enjoy going to every world and actually talking with every character in that game. Like I felt Thousand Year Door had like too many things going on. Like I didn't like the fourth world where you got Vivian. Like I really loved the last world in Paper Mario with the Ice King and the whole mirror dungeons and stuff.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought that
yeah,
was like something that's puzzling. Like I was like, oh, well, this is fantastic. So,
yeah.
but like that's why I'm like excited to get this game. Like it's gonna be it's like a mix of both series, which I really love. Like, I wouldn't think Mario's like such an amazing RPG guy, but like back before I kind of knew you guys on like IGN, like one of my first ever like front page before they actually used to put every vlog on the front page. It was like super rare. It was like I wrote like a thing where like is Mario the king of RPG or some shit like that. It was on there, and I was like, nice.
Nice, man. Well, I look forward to hearing your review once you get to it because it's the kind of game I would pick up if someone told me I'd like it because I like both series. I'd like to see another good one like the 64 one or the Thousand Year Door one or even the 3DS ones. I enjoyed Bowser's Inside Story and the other ones in that line there. So I'd like to hear about it sometime.
Yeah, as long as you hate Partners in Time, we're all good. Man. 'Cause that game is
I
fun.
liked it okay. I liked it okay.
Oh,
It wasn't my favorite.
like, oh, it was my least favorite. I was like, I had to like force myself. Like, even at the last boss, I was like, I don't want to fight this last boss. Like, that's how I know when a game's not good, when I just don't want to finish it.
I tried to rent that one time, even when I started a job at Rogers to rent like free games and whatnot, and we had like the box, but we didn't actually have the game. I'm like, oh. And then I tried like a couple other stores, and they're like, yeah, we don't have it anymore. Apparently, like, I think they got like complaints that it sucked, or I don't remember why, but basically they got rid of it faster than I could like even rent it. I'm like, oh, well, so much for that.
Yeah.
So Unoclay, why don't we see what you've been playing?
Not too much news since last week. Put a bit more time into Watch Dogs on Wii U. Mentioned a lot about that last week, so I won't hit on that too hard, but it remains really nice, cool drink of water for someone who wants, a sandboxy open world art, action adventure game, whatever you call it, on Wii U. Lots of different things to do, lots of just choices. A lot of times it's one of those games where you find yourself just running around, not even doing the campaign, just kind of doing other things the game has. Really big world, looks pretty great, I think. I haven't seen any bugs or glitches in it yet. It's got online functionality where people jump in and out of your game and trying so-called hack into your system. Basically, you'll be playing. This is a feature I didn't know about because I hadn't read a lot about the game. Once you get like just a couple hours into the game and you open up the online aspect of the game in your own campaign, what'll happen is other players can quote hack into your world, like people who are real people live. They'll appear in your world, and what they try to do is it's kind of like hide and seek. They try to hack you while you're running around, and you've got to find them, and you've got a map with a radar, and you can kind of triangulate on them, but you can't know for sure where they are. So you got to kind of run around trying to figure out which of the NPCs they are. And once you find them, there's different things you can have. There's different ways it happens. There's different kind of like games, so to speak, with it. Sometimes you got to chase them. Sometimes they're trying to hack your phone and get your data, and then you got to find them. And then it might turn into a chase sequence where you identify them. Then the table will turn, and you're trying to catch them and kill them. And if they escape, they can try and escape from you, sort of like a police chase in Grand Theft Auto or something like that. So then you're almost playing the role of the cops, like trying to chase someone down. And if they
This
get out,
is Watch Dogs? Like, that's how it goes? This is Watch Dogs? Like, I never got to, like,
yeah.
That sounds cool. I knew it did sound like a good idea. I don't know why everyone was hating on it, though.
No,
Like,
I don't know either. I don't know either. It is cool. It's fun. Like, it surprises you when it happens. It can be, I don't know. I haven't invested. There's a lot to do in this game, so I haven't, like, investigated everything fully. There's probably a way to turn it off, because sometimes it'll happen and you're trying to do something. You're trying to, like, get across the map to get the campaign. All of a sudden starts to hack you, and you're like, what the hell? And there's ways to kind of deny it sometimes. And I'm pretty sure there's got to be a way to turn it off. I'm positive. There's a lot of sub menus. There's a lot of choices. But it's entertaining. Like last night I was about to save the game. I'm ready to close down for the night. Oh, someone's trying to hack you. So all of a sudden I'm playing for another like 30 minutes while I chase this guy around, and he keeps just barely getting away from me. And we're
guy, that's my credit card I stole.
Yeah, it's funny. It's a really unique feature. But the thing is, like, I haven't experimented enough. That I don't know how big the community is. When you can choose to hack other people, and when I've done it, I can always tell the people are way levels above me. That I'm never going to be able to get them, because like the one time I tried to do it, the guy just made a mockery of me. He just like totally killed me like right away, and I'm like, I can tell I looked like the biggest noob just now. I was like, hey, I'm going to steal this guy. I was stealing his data, and he tackled me within like 10 seconds. I didn't even I didn't even get started. You know what I mean? It's like
you just whipped out the computer. You're like, let me hit that power button. He's like, what are you thinking, guy?
Yeah, he somehow knew who I was before I even started hacking, because the idea is you almost are supposed to blend into the crowd and like just be another person on the street. And and like I was like hiding in some bushes, and the dude found me like instantly. It was like,
you gotta do reverse psychology. You're like, you know what? You're supposed to be one in the crowd. You know what? If I'm the most suspicious guy, maybe you won't even know.
Yeah. Who's that guy in the trench coat in the bushes? I want.
You know what? He looks like an upstanding citizen.
Yeah. So it's like a GTA game with like, it's a little bit Splinter Cell with like a lot of stealth. It's a little bit GTA. It's I like it a lot. So I've gone on enough about it. Played some more Smash as usual. One of my friends and I had some hilarious matches where neither of us had ever appreciated the villager's pocket motion, and we were getting into like figuring out all the different things he can pocket and realizing
Basically
that,
everything.
well, yeah,
He
and
can
then
he can pocket Pikachu's thunder, which is weird because
it's like a
it doesn't
projectile.
really
Yeah,
like it goes down vertically like into Pikachu. It doesn't like
yeah,
shoot in front of him.
Yeah, it's not
So
like,
him grabbing it is weird because then it just goes like a foot in front of the villager,
yeah.
and that's
Well, we
about
were
it. It's like
really
what the heck?
we were realizing the depth of that one single mechanic of an amazing game when we realized, like, if it's a unique item, not like a spammable item,
Mhm.
like the exact one being Wario's motorcycle, that he was basically like handicapping my Wario, who I'm not terrible with, because he would just grab my motorcycle, put it away, and then he'd keep juggling it. You know how you, after like
yeah,
30
you have
seconds,
to.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
as I was saying, you take it out, you repocket. It's the same thing with Diddy's one banana. If he takes
Yeah,
it, you can.
yeah. And so he puts like Diddy in a box then, or he puts like Wario like off, and all of a sudden I'm like a weak ass Wario, and he's just like beating on me, and I'm like, we were that was a hysterical thing, like
Yeah, you
really.
gotta watch out too. Like the pocket, also, it's like at the beginning of it. Like if you think he's gonna hit it, some people use it actually to avoid because it's got some invincibility frames in the
Yeah,
beginning. It's
yeah. He
like
was showing me that. He was really showing me the ropes with Villager, who is a character I don't play, and I was like, dude, you're really making him seem like a much better character to me when I see you I see these tricks, you know. So that was cool.
Just the
I
amount
had
of work that has to go into that one thing is insane.
Yeah, exactly. Like, just to think about that, because then I watched a video on YouTube, the one probably everyone's seen, where it's a video where the guy like made a video of every single item Villager can pocket,
Yeah.
and it's just ridiculous, you know. And I know they've changed a couple items since the game was released. There were some issues with a couple things that he could, I think maybe the fire hydrant and some other stuff, but I didn't read the full article on that. But yeah, moving on from a game that came out over a year ago. Uh, I hit my high score on Pac-Man Championship Edition, 230,000. I think it's respectable, but I don't know what a good score in that game is. But it took me numerous tries to hit that. So
I'll assume it's good because I don't know how
yeah,
the scoring system
it
works in
was it
that
was
game
me.
either.
It's if you play the official Championship Edition, it's a 5 minute round. Beginning to end, no matter how good you do, it ends after 5 minutes. And
Yeah.
I lived without dying once till 4 minutes and 10 seconds or something like that. So that was my
Nice.
best performance ever.
that's
So
that's
It's
sick,
nuts.
man. That's sick.
yeah,
You play? I was gonna say, did you buy an arcade stick and you play with that, or you play on the pad?
I'm playing on my 3DS actually, which I ripped the nub off it the day
Oh,
Smash.
I was about to say that nub must have not been surviving all the turns you got to make, and especially
Dude,
like 2 minutes in, you're just digging deeper, and you get that little bit of sweat between your thumb, and you're like,
the
I
shit
do it.
that shit flew off the day I got Smash 3DS. It went flying, literally, it just went across the room, and I'm like, I guess that's done. Now I have like a callus on my thumb, basically.
Oh god.
But
Oh, man.
and that was it. I wanted to let the readers know, if you hadn't been watching, the listeners, I should say, that if you haven't been watching, there's some good sales on that Nintendo holiday sale on the eShop, and I got two games I wanted to get for a little bit of a discount. Octodad, which I've never played, and I know I'm gonna like because I like goofy ass games like that. And
Oh yeah, Billy's laughing. We had a good time with Octodad.
yeah,
It's
it's like $10, which is probably more than you might pay elsewhere, but it's $10 on Wii U right now. And then a game called Unepic that I'd seen a while ago. It came out like a year ago at least, and it's like kind of like a dungeon crawling RPG adventure side scroller. It looked kind of cool, and I think that was only like $5 or $6, and it looks like a pretty decently sized game. I don't know if it's gonna be the kind of game that sucks me in, but for that price and the fact that it's like more than a year old, and I probably wasn't gonna buy it otherwise, I figured it's worth a shot, and I'll check it out because it looks well developed. It looks cute, you know. I was like, all right, cool, you know. But I didn't try those out yet. I just wanted to let people know there's a bunch of sales right now. So that's it from me.
Cool. Speaking of sales, shoot, I bought a bundle of racing games. I'll have to look it up. But you get like 10 racing games. I'm not sure if it's still available, but I got like 10 racing games for like $2.50.
What platform are we talking about? Steam here?
Yeah, Steam. It came with like, just give me a second to look this up.
Let me take some guesses. Did it come with super cute racing car? Yay, hooray!
It did have one of the some
One of
cute
those?
racing thing, but most of them are like realistic sort of things.
Did it come with like Grand Theft Auto 1, like, which was like, you know, like really gimpy and top down and hilarious?
No, there was
and
a
nobody
top down
ever
one.
played?
Um,
Did it come with RC Pro Am, the greatest racing game of all time?
you know
Well,
what, I think it did.
That's not true, but
I think my first racing game was Cruising USA. Honestly,
Cruising USA.
I was like, you know what's funny? When I hacked my Wii, that was the first WAD I took, the
That's
WAD file.
funny.
I was like, I'm getting this game. And I'm like,
Cruising
I'm
USA.
probably not as fun or dumb as I think it is. I'm just playing it. I'm like, what? All I remember is like this fake, like, I called it like I thought it was like Star Wars episode, the one like you drive through a forest or something before you get to San Francisco, and I'm like, this
Yeah.
seems like it's from like episode 6, but I don't know anything. And then the next game I got was Pod Racer, so those are my 2 racing games,
I
you
think
know.
I played Cruising USA in the arcade, if I remember correctly. I think that was an arcade game at some point, or was that an N64 game or something like
Yeah,
that?
yeah. I know. No, I think Cruising USA is like a sequel or like a number 2 or something. I don't know, but to be honest, like I had Gran Turismo when I had a PlayStation just for the hell of it,
Yeah.
but like I mean I hated all racing games, so
I
it's
like
like
some of them. If it's not Mario Kart, though, I'm wishy
yeah,
washy.
that was it. I mean I had Super Mario Kart, of course, but I thought that was like its own thing. And
Yeah,
then
it's a kart racer, bro. It's a
Yeah.
kart racer.
yeah, come on, man. Like I thought Need for Speed and Mario Kart were the same thing.
Yeah.
So I found the racing bundle and it's still available. Basically, it would have been like $100, but now it's only like 250 something. But one of the games I heard someone go on about was called Riptide GP2, and he kept Kyle Bossman from Game Trailers. He kept mentioning it in a bunch of videos, and I thought he was being like sarcastic and kind of jokey, like, "Oh yeah, I love this game," even though it sounded like it was a joke because from the video it didn't look. Um, it looked like a bare bones kind of thing, and then it's like, oh, haha, I'm like ironically loving it or something. But I was looking at the trailer, and he was in another video. He's like, no, I'm serious. I love this game, and it actually looks pretty awesome. It's basically like Wave Race.
Which one are you
Um,
talking about?
it's called Riptide GP2.
Oh, I see it in here.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the list of games in the package you bought. Yeah, there's some goofy looking ones here that look like they're probably some filler. Wacky Wheels Bros. Like,
Yeah, I
yes.
looked at like a couple of the trailers, and I'm like, okay, there's like 3 or 4 of them that actually look pretty cool. So for $2, like
For
it's
the
a pretty
list
good
for the
deal.
listeners at home,
Like
if
even
you
just
want
one of the
to look,
games would be worth it
if
for that price.
if for the listeners at home, if they want to look this up, it's called Born to Race 2 bundle, and all the twos are numbers. Born to Race 2 bundle. So it looks like it's on Windows and Mac. So if you want to get a pile of racing games, yeah, it looks like you got a steal here. It's a stack of them. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
neat.
so we'll move on to some Amiibo stuff quickly. Animal Crossing and the Retro Amiibo 3-pack. That's with Duck Hunt, Game and Watch, and I forget Rob. They're on sale on Amazon and GameStop if you didn't get them before. The modern 8-bit Mario and Jigglypuff are no longer exclusives. So they're probably coming to other stores. I don't know which ones, but I'm
I'm
guessing
looking
all of
forward
them are
to
getting it.
Jigglypuff. Even though I don't like your Pokemon addiction, I got to get a Jigglypuff and put a little hat on it because it's so adorable.
Yeah. Europe is apparently this was known before, but I only saw it today that Europe is getting a standalone Wolf Link amiibo. So I guess if you don't want the game, you can just import it. I don't know what the price is for that, but do so at your own will. And there's a rumor that
Import
we're
what?
getting
Import what? What's not
the
coming?
standalone Wolf Link amiibo.
Oh
They have
yeah.
it in
I
Europe.
mean, why would you just get the bundle?
I guess if someone doesn't want the game.
No. Oh yeah, I forgot people just like Amiibo. That's weird. I forgot. Like, how
Um,
can you like Amiibo but not the game, man?
Well, I mean, for
Oh,
me, I wouldn't really want to buy it again because I think the version I have is fine, like, and there's not enough new to it. But if I wanted just the amiibo, I could get that. There's also rumors that we're getting more Splatoon, Splatoon amiibo. So there was data found in the game of Amiibo Idol A and Amiibo Idol B, um, which is different than the other 3 amiibos that are listed on that list. So we might be getting some more.
I bet you
Apparently,
any money it's the hosts. It's got to be the
oh
hosts. Who
well,
else
yeah,
would,
that's what the person was
you know what I
assuming.
mean?
But
Like, who
if
else would it be? Like the bosses? You know
no,
what I
no, no,
no,
it's
I heard
obviously
the
the
two girl things. They had a concert for them. Like
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so
I think they're gonna get their own Amiibos, which I could see them being in Mario Maker because I mean everything's in Mario Maker. Like
yeah.
soon enough, it's gonna be like the Fly from Mario Paint. It's gonna be a guy. I'm like, all right. So I mean, you know it's gonna be like that.
Well, they already, I hate to point it out, but they already do have the fly swatting game in Mario Maker. I don't know
Yeah,
if
how
you,
do you get
if
to it?
you
I'm
saw that.
dying,
You
and
have
I
to
only can play it
you have
like
to
on my
leave it
Mario Paint.
like you have to leave it alone on like the customization screen for like 10 minutes or something without touching it.
So
I was like looking for it. I'm like, do I have to unlock it? And I keep beating the game. I'm like, there's no way. I've beaten it like 70 times. I have like 60, 70 amiibo costumes. I'm like, this game doesn't exist. You know,
Jeez,
I thought it was
you really did put some time into that. That's way more than I put into it, but that's because I'm mostly I think I would do a lot of making and not as much playing or whatever.
yeah, I told you I can't make. I should do some more easy mode just so I could get some free amiibos out of it. Yeah, I was gonna say was like, I mean, I love that fly game on on the Mario Paint with the pad. Like, I freaking love that game. Like, it's so fun.
It
I
gets
So
hate
pretty hard
I hate
when
to
yeah,
you get to the
I never
later levels.
played
I'm like,
Mario
shoot, I
Paint.
barely made this thing.
you know the thing is though, the pad is super like responsive. Like the mouse moves really fast. Like
Hmm.
it's just well made. You know, like I would just play Mario Paint. Like if I wasn't doing that, I would just play the music thing. You know, and I'll
Yeah.
be like, oh man, like because I can't make jack shit. Like you guys should already know that. So I have no artistic ability in anything. So Mario Paint for me was the fly spawning Mario game.
That's one of those games that for me, I kind of feel like I missed it and I'll never get to experience it because it's like, it's going to feel so janky to go and play it now, you know, compared to like the fact that I do like work in Photoshop and Illustrator. And I know it's not the same thing, but I feel like it's the kind of game that in its time was probably like way more awesome. And I've never invested in buying it because of that. Because I'm like, I'm going to play this for like 5 minutes and be like, this would have been rad back then. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I don't know. You know?
For sure. So a couple of things that were announced this week. Actually, a bunch. Some of them I'll go through quickly because there's not much to discuss. But I figured I'd bring them up. So Mighty Number Nine is delayed for a third time.
What?
They said they're not going to give out a specific date, but they're aiming for spring. So it's almost been delayed for another year. So they apologize and whatnot, and they cite the problems being like the network problems again, and the engine they're using apparently isn't being supported still. I don't know what engine they're using, but okay. And they actually have to like rewrite parts of the engine just so they can get these things working.
That game's turning into like the poster child for like bad Kickstarty type experiences. It really is. I didn't back it or anything like that, but
Yeah.
just watching it from the sidelines, I'm like, holy crap! Like this is kind of nutty, you know?
I mean, they're also supporting like 7 consoles at once, which is quite a bit for like a Kickstarter too. Like
Yeah.
usually they'll only support like I don't know, Mac and then 2 consoles or something. This is like basically everything. So
Right.
I'm
Except
sure that
Vita,
doesn't
right?
help.
Except Vita, right?
No, I think it's coming to Vita and 3DS.
I was gonna ask, well, I mean, since we're talking about Kickstarters, what about Banjo-Kazooie, the Kickstarter? That's only going to Wii U and PC, right?
Ukulele, I think so to begin with. It'll probably come to, I think that's all they have confirmed so far. But
Okay.
I'm like after it comes out, it's almost guaranteed it's gonna go somewhere else because it's probably gonna make a crap ton. Um, but yeah, that kind of sucks for Mighty Number Nine or people who want. The unfortunate thing is that the online functions were just a stretch goal. It wasn't something that was originally gonna be in the base game, and unfortunately, no one actually wants it. They're like, can we just have the game now? Just give it and then patch in the online stuff later, which is kind of funny because people usually like have everything for launch, and then everyone now is like, just get on with it. But one point someone brought up in another podcast was they can't put that there's an online mode on the box if it doesn't ship with it, so that they would have to wait till it's done to put it in for them to
Oh,
actually write it.
that makes sense. Like ESRB, like ratings kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Like you can't lie on your product. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it is kind of made to be a speedrunners game, so I can understand why they want like online leaderboards and stuff ready at launch. Because if you patch that in too long later, then people aren't gonna bother with it. Whereas if it's on their day
Yeah,
one,
no,
like they
like
might try. So I
some
kind of get that.
some Mega Man PSP games had like an online leaderboard on it. It's stupid though because it's like even DuckTales has an online leaderboard, and I'm
Powered
like,
Up, was that the one?
like who cares? You know what I mean? Like we're all playing the same 4 levels. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what we do? Like you got, 3 more diamonds than me. Like there's nothing special about it. So like leaderboards, I've always felt were I don't know, not the best thing. I understand if it's a fighting game, obviously you need online, but you also need like people want to see leaderboards. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
oh man, look at my rank. But this is a platformer that people just want to play for Mega Man nostalgia. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I never really cared about time trials or scores or anything like that, but this game, from what I've seen, is basically like made for speed running from the demo I played. So it kind of makes sense that they want it there at launch. So I don't know if you've heard of a game called Freeze Me, but it's basically a Super Mario Galaxy like platformer. But the twist to this is that the kid has a camera, and if you take a picture of something, you can freeze it midair and then jump on it and use his platforms and whatnot. Looks kind of cool. That's actually going to launch at a discounted price for $10 for the first week it's out, so that's kind of cool. I don't know it didn't say when it's coming out, but that's nice to have a discount. Pokken Tournament is coming to Evo this year, which is kind of weird because going to launch next month and Evo is like June or July or something like that. So there's not a lot of time in between there, but it's coming anyway. So I guess if you want to get prepared for that game, you better go to Dave and Buster's or buy the game quick because you won't have much time. A senior manager of Nintendo who's been there since '91 is leaving. So some people are like, "Oh, this will be great," because we didn't know Nintendo had third-party relations. But
Is that what he handled? I saw that
yeah,
news a few days ago, but I didn't read it. He was a third party relations manager.
yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't been working too much.
No, he
Somebody
has
noticed
not.
him. He was like playing with his phone for the last 2 years. He's just like been like sitting there like playing Angry Birds. They're like, dude, that's not even one of our games. Like, come on.
Yeah, I don't know. Knowing I don't put all the blame on him because I can see
No,
Nintendo not like really collaborating with people either. But I'm not gonna get my hopes up and think, "Oh, this guy's gone. It's gonna fix everything." It's like
no,
that's too
no.
much to think of. That's
If
wishful
I know
thinking.
how I work in a big company and like there's some writing on the wall there. Yeah, things haven't been working, but you never know. They might be restructuring the role to be like maybe a different, you never know. It might be a completely different structure that they're going to where different departments are going to handle third party relationships themselves, things like that. You never know.
Yeah,
Or maybe he's just done and, they're going to hire someone else and it'll fix everything. You
yeah.
never know.
Basically, it can't get worse.
I mean,
It's-
it would be a challenge because the other day, someone on IGN asked me, they said, "Oh, what are you excited for coming up this year?" And I named like Star Fox, and a few other things. And then they were like, "Are any it wasn't a snarky question. Like, is there anything third party coming to Wii U? And I had to like be like, I have no idea.
yeah.
Like my head hanging. I was like, you know what? I don't even know. I was like, do you mean indies? Oh no, you mean like big games. Yeah. So it is a little bit sad, but it's what it is. It's what Nintendo players buy. Hey guys, vote with your dollars. I'm playing
Yeah.
that Watch Dogs game, but it's hard. It's few and far between. You gotta pick them up if you want to support it.
Yeah. The Fire Emblem map pack is going to have 11 maps, and there's also a free one included. So I guess if you want to get a test of what they're like, you can try one out for free. Wii Street U is being discontinued. It was like a Google Maps for the Wii U, but you could look in like through a first person's. I think there was something different about it than Google Maps, but I'm pretty sure it was just Google Maps, where you
I
could. Oh no,
it,
you could use the gamepad to like move the camera instead, but that's not
yeah,
really different. I
yeah.
don't know.
It
I
was a
tried it
little
like for 3 seconds, so
it was a little more seamless. Yeah, me too. I tried it like the day it came out like 3 years ago, and it was like, okay, cool. And then I deleted the app to make room in my like tiny hard drive. So
yeah.
it was like, yeah, yeah. It was.
I don't think I've ever touched any app on the 3DS or the Wii U. I still don't even know what that AOSS thing on my 3DS is or whatever. The white and blue.
Oh, what was that? That was like the Nintendo Zone or something like that, or
See, I don't know. And then there's like
Uh,
Nintendo hotspots, and they never worked, so I just don't know.
I know what you're
I,
talking about, Mike. I remember that icon. I
yeah.
forgot what that does, but yeah, who knows? Hey, maybe someone.
It's like when you pass certain buildings that have like Nintendo's own stuff in it, then you get certain videos or something. I don't remember. It
It's
was just
probably
messed
just
up.
too many
One of them
things.
had like some videos you could watch, and one of them did some other crap, but it was all separate from Street Pass. It didn't really make any sense. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. It was just
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Nintendo makes cool apps, but like,
Breaking news on the Just Another Castle podcast. We discuss an app no one ever used and have no information about it. Up next, what's those folders things on my desktop of my 3DS?
oh my gosh.
no. It's more like Nintendo gives you another gift, one of those free demos that you totally don't want, and then you
Yeah,
never delete them anyway. It's like,
yeah.
oh, okay. Like I honestly, I have like 7 of the gifts, and I'm like, man, I'll open these one day. I look at it, it's probably like 5 Pokemon shuffles,
Yeah, all things you
and I'm
don't
like,
want.
damn it, Nintendo, I don't want Pokemon Shuffle. Secretly buys it.
So apparently Unity is coming to the new 3DS, which I mean, I guess is nice, but I think it's kind of too little, too late, because the 3DS is going to be moving on out, and it's like we just got this engine to work, and no one has the new 3DS to begin with, and then a new console is coming out, so it seems kind of pointless, but whatever. I mean, sure, I'm sure there's something good gonna come out of it. Whatever. Um, the next thing, Twilight Princess fixes one of the like biggest treasure chest problems in Zelda games. So in a Zelda game, if you open a treasure chest and your wallet is full and there's like this rupee worth $1,000, you don't get to actually keep the rupee. It's just like, whoops, I guess you should have gotten rid of your money before, and then you
Well,
just lose
time
the
out.
rupee. So
Shitword sword, you put it back. So
yeah,
take that.
so what Twilight Princess HD is doing is if you open a chest and your wallet is full, the rupee won't disappear. The chest will stay open and you can revisit it later to get the money. So that's nice. And hopefully they'll use that criticisms for Zelda U because it's just fix it. Like I honestly I don't even want a wallet limit where you have to keep gaining new wallets because it's not fun to gain wallets. Just be like
No,
every other
no.
game. Don't have a
That,
wallet
that
limit.
it is fun getting a new wallet. Damn it, it's part of
No.
the adventure. All right,
Oh,
you start off
look.
like with a stupid kitty plastic wallet, and everyone's like, "Oh man, that's stupid and small," and then you feel bad, so you do some side quests, and you get a bigger wallet like a working man. All right, you're looking at the wrong picture,
Working man.
man. All right.
If I'm already suspending my disbelief that this guy can shove all of these crazy random items up his ass or wherever he holds them, I can suspend my disbelief that he has a wallet that is holds unlimited money. Um, all right, Unoclay, I guess we'll see you later.
Yeah, hey guys, all the listeners and both my friends here, I gotta sign off. I had a previous commitment that's coming in a little early tonight, so I gotta leave the meeting, so to speak, as you can hear my phone blowing up out front. Anyway, thanks for having me, and sorry I can't stick around for the whole thing, but leave gaming to just another podcast, and I'm out.
Cool. See ya.
And then there was 2 with Billy in the background. Billy, okay.
Scream, Billy. So this news is kind of weird, and it's funny because Clay just left, but he was the one that sent me this first. Minecraft surpasses as the best-selling eShop game in Japan, even over Splatoon and Mario Maker, which is I just find ridiculous. Like I didn't realize Japan loved Minecraft that much.
Yeah, that is like I. You know what? Maybe it's like maybe it like reminds them of the mobile app thing. I don't know. Or also, don't forget they don't really have Xbox there, so their Xbox Minecraft didn't like coincide. I'm assuming.
Well, I mean
So,
they do have Xboxes, they just don't buy them.
well, yeah. Well, I mean, who the hell wants an Xbox if you live in Japan?
Yeah. I don't know. I thought that was weird. So on to some of the news. One of the things is Nintendo is hiring a level designer for their 3D action game. Now this sounds interesting, but I can't actually pinpoint what game they would be using it for. So Mario NX, I think, is too far along for them to actually hire a new level designer because they started it like a couple of years ago, and I think from what I suspect, it'll be a launch title for the NX. Metroid, they said they haven't even started making, so I mean, maybe it's for that, but that would mean Retro isn't working on it because they said they're not working on it. Zelda U, same thing. I think it's too far in development. The only thing I could think of is maybe Splatoon 2. Because what other 3D action game?
You think it would already be time for the sequel?
I don't know, maybe. Like, I could see them maybe wanting to make one for the NX's launch. But I just don't know what other game series they would need a level designer for a 3D action game. Like, out of the 3D action Nintendo games, like, what else is there left? Like, if Paper Mario is real, apparently that's already coming out, so they're not going to, like, add another person to it. So,
Well, you know, I heard that rumor last year, so I'm surprised it's getting more. Like, you know, like I read last year, like it is supposed to be like debuted.
Well, yeah, I heard from the same source that announced it was saying like it's being localized. So basically, it would be coming out this year. So it's not like they're gonna add a new person to it. But like, what other action games would they have? Like, I don't know. I guess fill in for Unoclay Kid Icarus Uprising 2. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Never really thought about Kid Icarus Uprising too. You know, like I doubt it because Sakurai said he's probably gonna take a breather before he develops another game. So I don't think they would make that game without him. So you know, honestly, I don't know. Maybe it's a new IP, or maybe a new Donkey Kong 64. Nice. All right.
Maybe. Did you like
I
Donkey
know.
Kong 64?
What happened with it?
Oh, I said, did you like Donkey Kong
I
64?
love Donkey Kong 64.
Oh, good.
Man.
There's
like one of my
there's
favorite
two
games
people.
ever.
Everyone's
Dude,
complaining, oh, too many collectibles. Like, what? I don't think it was that bad. Like, Banjo and Kazooie was more annoying because it's like you had to pick up individual eggs just to be able to attack. This was just like, here's a trail of bananas, like, hit them all. It's like, okay, that's not that bad.
yeah, I know. I mean, from what I was gonna say was like, for DK64, I think it's big enough and like that it's fine. Like, you know, you're playing. You honestly don't even have to get everything. The game gives you have the choice of getting the bare minimum. You know, and like getting a different, you know, kind of like different cutscenes and not enjoying the game fully. But that's what makes it so good, though. There's so much to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, they're already on the trails you're gonna go on anyway.
Yeah,
So it's
that
not
is
like
true.
it's not like it's that hard. It's like, oh, it's in the direction I was going in to begin with.
Yeah, or like the switch I just hit told me to go that way with another character. Like, you know?
People complaining, how dare they? I'd be up for a new one. That was cool. The Pikachu Detective game apparently is alive. So it's kind of funny on the Pokemon podcast I did. I briefly mentioned it, just saying like, oh man, remember this game? It was weird. Too bad it's dead because it was slated to come out 2015. Oh well, them's the breaks. And then like a week later, this trailer comes out. I'm like, oh, well, I guess I was wrong.
Yeah, with the reverse jinx right there. Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
I was gonna say I just remember the one thing. I was like, oh, this is the thing when that Pikachu ugly face thing leaked.
Yeah.
That's all I could think of it. And I was like, oh, that's this game. I'm like, it's the ugly Pikachu thing. And then the next big thing, I'm like, I didn't really see the news. The first thing I saw, because I think I was working, was Danny DeVito Pikachu. I was like, Danny DeVito's a Pikachu? Like, I didn't read it right. And I was like, why the hell is Danny DeVito? I was like, isn't he Iago in Aladdin?
He's Sid in Hercules.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, I knew I was mixing one of them up.
Yeah.
Okay, if he's gonna be that, that's hilarious.
He's not. It was a petition because in the trailer for this, it's only in Japanese so far, but they have the Detective Pikachu have like a low voice, and everyone's like, they should have Danny DeVito do it because they'll have like this, detective like low voice, rusty like voice actor doing it. Like, oh
I
man.
wonder how it's gonna be though. I heard people want Leighton to voice it. You know what I mean? Like they want that voice actor. But you don't want an older Pikachu. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just more curious on how the game plays. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'd honestly want Patrick Warburton to voice him because I think he'd be hilarious. But he voices Joe Swanson and a bunch of other animated characters. But he's pretty much like the same kind of voice. But what?
He's Krunk in Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Dude, that would be funny. But you know, like the more I look at this Pikachu game, like I don't know, like is it 3D kind of? Am I working with Pikachu? Is it gonna be like a mix of like every puzzle game ever? Is it more like a mis a mystery rather than a puzzle? You know, like
Um,
I don't know. I'm really intrigued by it. So
so I have some details. I don't know everything about it. You don't actually control Pikachu. You control the kid, which looks like Christopher Robin. Um, but you go around, I think, and check out Pokemon, and I think I'm pretty sure you solve mysteries. I didn't really get the whole details with that. But Pikachu will also go off on his own and do his own things, and then like bring you back information, which is funny because it kind of reminded me of Hey You Pikachu, just with a bit more AI. The in-game graphics actually look pretty good for just an eShop game. I was surprised, like just the fact that it has mocap in it and it's a $15 eShop game and it comes out like this week. I'm kind of surprised it's not a retail game because mocap isn't cheap. I mean, even if it's just the one person they're doing, it's like, are you getting your money's worth for this? Like, I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. Like, is it like, do we have that perspective like eShop games, or should like always like? I mean, I'm biased towards that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, oh, eShop games probably like crappy, no good.
Well, I don't think it'll be crappy. It just seems like
It seems
mocap
way
would
better
cost a
than an
lot.
eShop.
Yeah, it just seems like mocap would cost enough that you would have to charge for a retail game than just an eShop one.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I'm flabbergasted is what I have to say. Like I said, I don't really pay attention too much in the eShop. Like
Yeah.
when I go on the eShop and I go, wow, this looks interesting. What am I doing on the eShop? That's exactly how it goes.
I'm surprised it's coming out like they basically just held off on it and just announced it like, hey, it's coming out like this week, so I guess we'll
Wait, the
find out what it's
Pikachu
really
game's
like.
coming? I don't know, my fault. My fault. I literally looked at something on my computer and I was like, oh shit, we're not talking about that. Because I mean, that would be hilarious. That just came out. It's like, oh guys, the whole time we're throwing it out now. But
No, it's
eh,
coming out this Wednesday.
yeah, but for Japan though, not
Well,
for
yeah, for
us.
Japan, not for us,
That's
because
what I meant.
yeah, oh
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
that'd be weird. Like here's a Japanese trailer. Here you have it
It's
too.
like,
It's like
yeah, oh,
whoa.
we put some English, titles. We're doing the old fashioned way. We're too lazy to
Yeah,
hire some English guys. It's like,
they're
I
like
mean, I
subs over
personally don't
dubs,
mind.
guys.
Yeah, come on, man. It's dubs better than dubs. Gosh. But freaking, hey man, like that's the other thing that sucks. Like we haven't, like North America, we haven't got a game like early or at the same time release in the longest time. Like Paper Jam, um, not I mean Yokai Watch has been out for a while,
Mhm.
but Woolly World, like I'm tired of getting a game that's gonna Fire Emblem. Like I'm tired of getting a game that is already essentially done.
Mm,
That everybody already knows about. I mean, I personally don't look at it, but like everyone just it's like, oh okay, freaking, I've seen all Fire Emblem. That's how it goes.
yeah.
It's like, maybe Nintendo will fix that soon, or maybe some bigger releases will have some
All the
release date.
all the
Well,
European listeners are gonna hate you because we usually get our releases first.
no, they got Paper Jam, and they got Woolly World first, so
Yeah.
that's it.
Well, I mean, Pokemon.
And they got better Club Nintendo rewards for when it ended. All
Yeah,
right, so
jerks.
they
Pokemon.
got like
Well, at
that
least
special last one, like it was like some gold Mario thing, right, or
yeah,
something really cool. But
yeah. Pokemon X and Y at least came out like around the same time, so that was kind of
yeah, launch
crazy.
same day launch for everybody.
Yeah, that was nuts. Hopefully we won't.
Uh,
Hopefully we actually get this game because I think it'd be kind of cool.
yeah,
At
like
least to have a talking Pikachu in English.
I mean, come on, like that's all a guy wants, the talking Pikachu.
It's
Yeah.
funny because it's coming out the same day the Smash DLC is coming out. That's kind of weird. I guess
Oh
it's
yeah,
just
that comes out.
Nintendo's like regular. I guess maybe it's just Nintendo's regular day they update the eShop or whatever. But speaking of Smash Bros, apparently Namco is gonna make several NX games, and one of them is gonna be. Sorry, Namco is making several NX games. One of them being Smash Bros, which apparently is gonna be a launch title. It's almost guaranteed a port, I think, because it would just
Yeah,
be
there's no
insane.
way they're gonna be
They're
like,
they're not
let's
gonna cut off
no.
Smash 4 after being like 2 years because they know they can milk it for like years to come.
Yeah, it's like every 7 years is Smash,
Yeah.
except for Melee and 64, obviously. But it's like, I mean, look between Melee Brawl and this one, 6, 7 years are all apart. So, and people were saying, oh, it's gonna be a complete edition. Yeah, it'd be cool if they actually gonna do that. How about add some 3DS stages then?
Yeah, that'd be
Like
cool.
the 3DS got the better stages. Like like why don't you bring some out to the Wii U? Like I'm tired of us getting in. I don't need another Battlefield, man. Like I I
Yeah,
don't like three floating platforms anymore. I hate it.
yeah,
And those are the states that always get legal for tournaments. By the way, it's always those.
yeah. I'm kind of annoyed that some of the stages they made it either for character DLC or whatever. It's like here's a pretty very basic like stage again. It's like come on, you could have done something
Yeah, like
different.
there's nothing like unique. Like the 3DS, the balloon trip level is unique.
Mhm.
I mean, they brought back Canario, which is awesome. They also had the Brawl Yoshi level, which is a great level. The Pokemon the France world, I forgot the name of it, but that level is really cool. Like they had some awesome levels, and it was just like all we get is FD and Battlefield.
Yeah,
It's like, yeah, I mean, the Donkey Kong Country level is really cool. Don't get me wrong, but that's kind of one. We got 75M. That's like the poop of the toilet, man. Nobody wants 75M. All right, not even Donkey Kong. All right, he's like, ooh, damn. Ooh.
yeah. They definitely had more creative freedom on the 3DS. Um, just as far as like stage elements are concerned. Yeah, there were a couple cool ones I'd want them to bring over. They probably wouldn't do them all because that would be insane. But I, some people are thinking, oh, they're gonna pack in all the DLC. I kind of don't think that because, like, sure, it might also be like, obviously, it would be like a great value to have all the
Oh yeah,
character
no, they're
DLC.
gonna lose
But
money.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna leave out at least some because they want people to pay for them, obviously. Because think, if the NX is basically a fresh start and people just get all the DLC, it's like, well, we sold the game, but then all this DLC that we were planning on selling, like we can't sell anymore because they already have it all. So I don't think they're gonna give everything. They
Oh
might
yeah, they'll
not even
probably
give
leave it on the
anything.
accounts.
They
You
might.
know, like
Hmm?
like you downloaded it already, right? And remember they want to integrate the NNIDs with everything, so it'll
Yeah.
probably just stay on the account like that. And so people who are getting NXs now are like, oh man, I want Smash now. Like maybe who was our first DLC character? Mewtwo. Mewtwo
Yeah.
could probably be free, kind of thing. Because Mewtwo was free for everybody,
Yeah.
kind of for. Well, I mean, if you got both, it was like a reward system, but like I could see Mewtwo and Roy being like they're included, but nobody
Mhm.
else, kind of thing.
Yeah, that could be it. Or just anything but the
The third
third
party.
party characters. Because there might be some sort of like legal thing. I don't know about that. But yeah, I don't even know what they're gonna do. Some people are like, oh, they might like polish up the graphics and make it look prettier or do this or that. I don't know. That seems like wishful thinking. I think at most they'll be like, here's an NX version for people who didn't have it. We might toss in like a character and some stages, but not everything, just a handful of things, and that's about it.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, like I said, I just wish they
Toss in a
would just
3D stage.
make some 3DS levels on that.
Or
Whatever though.
oh, what was the Smash Run?
Oh yeah,
That'd
that
be
was
so
great.
amazing if
Yeah.
they put it in there. Because then we could
See,
actually
that's what
play
I'm
with
saying.
people online and see their faces and kick them in the butt. Because
Dude,
that was like I actually like that mode.
and playing it with other people is so fun. But I like I was gonna actually ask before you brought up the Amazing Smash Run was when's Pokemon Red and Blue come out for the 3DS? It's this month, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's the 27th, like to coincide with their
The
anniversary of the
three-
games.
All right, what about the 3DS? Also, that special 3DS is coming, or are they doing the usual? Hey, it's a week early kind of thing.
Both the new 3DS with the faceplates and the games themselves are coming the 27th.
Huh. All right, that sounds good. And then Pokken Fighters comes out on the next week, right? Like March 4th. No, that's Twilight Princess. Pokken Fighters like next month or whatever.
Yeah, sometime in March. Yeah.
That's it, Matt. No more news though.
I don't know. There's Nintendo removes. Forget that. No one cares on here.
Another app, but we all use them. Come on.
No, it's just the Nintendo removes waifu petting.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, nobody cares about
I
Fire
don't
Emblem.
know. I mean, I get the people who are annoyed because it's like it's in the game. There's not really a reason to take it out, but I also don't personally care. I don't know. I could understand Nintendo taking it out. They're probably going to be like, well, some people are going to find this weird and then just get rid of it. I don't know. Who the heck's... Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not even an
I mean, I
integral part of
guess
the game.
I guess some parents might buy it and like see it and be like, Billy, we're taking it out. I don't know. I haven't really heard of that happening
Damn it, Billy! Stop
forever.
hanging up pictures of your wife, all right? And come down for dinner.
Yeah.
That, it would poison the young minds. So
Meanwhile, he has like waifu pillows and whatnot.
yeah.
It's like,
Then he
how
goes
dare you play
upstairs
that
and he
weird
has all
game?
the pillows and stuff.
Yeah,
He's like,
he has a
"Don't
shrine.
follow me to my den, son." Okay.
He has like a shrine, but the one game is like the one exception that they won't let him have. Gosh. Uh, some manufacturer outs the NX coming out this year, basically saying that they're making ROM carts, or sorry, Macronix makes ROM carts for the 3DS, and they said they're making ROM memory for the NX. So basically, they're working on the portable version and just saying that's coming out this year. I don't know.
Oh,
Freaking
I,
Nintendo,
I,
just hurry up and give us like a presentation on the NX already, for crying out loud. Too many rumors. Just give us some gosh dang news already so we don't have to keep going over
I
this.
like being surprised, man.
But it's
Let
like
it rock. I got a backlog, so I'm not ready. I still don't even have a PS4.
that makes two of us. I'm just tired of reading like the same rumors over and over. It's like, can you please give us something? Gosh
Oh
dang
yeah,
it.
it's all the
It
speculation
I mean,
too.
I like
They always bring
speculate.
out the worst controllers ever.
Yeah.
It's like, look, here's a thing that fits on your pinky and it goes around your leg, and I'm like, that sounds terrible. And
Yeah.
they're like, well, yeah, well they patented it, so yeah, that's it. That's the NX right there.
I mean, I like speculation, but it's been so like how long has this thing been speculated for and we've heard absolutely nothing. I mean, yeah, every console has their speculation for like months and months, but I'm just getting tired at this point. It's like we know it's coming out and we know you're going to talk about it. Can you please just give us some information? Whatever. Um, I'm kind of surprised the Corn and Bayonetta are coming out this week. They had like a Nico presentation, and they're like, "Yeah, watch them fight in battle." And then I guess after the video went through, they're like, "Yeah, they're coming out this week." I'm like, "Oh, that's quick." I figured it was going to be the end of the month, but that's a nice surprise.
Yeah, I think there was like some sort of like invitational Smash thing that Sakurai was at, and he's like, "Hey
Yeah,
guys, look what I got!" And everyone's like, "Oh snap!" You know,
yeah,
but in Japanese, so
yeah.
that's exactly how it was.
Hoyo!
Yeah. Oh.
Oh!
And yeah. Oh, that was the only reaction. Oh. Oh. And then Sakurai's like, "Wait a minute." Sakurai was like, "Wait, did someone did ZSS just kill someone with up B at 50? All right, I'm gonna go nerf Diddy."
I think so. Going back to a lot of stages are like Battlefield and kind of boring or whatever. I think the what is it called? The clock tower, whatever Bayonetta stage is. I think that looks kind of cool. Like it has a platform floating around once in a while. I mean, I guess it's not too different than the other stages, but just the aesthetics of it. Like you're on this piece of a clock tower, like just falling to the ground at like super speed. I
Oh,
don't know.
I didn't see.
It
I didn't
just
see
looks
the
really
video.
cool. Hmm?
Okay, yeah, I didn't see it, so I'll be, like I said, I'm not too excited,
Yeah.
but
It's like
as
the
a fan
first
of the
level in the
game,
game or something, but it looks really cool.
okay, no, I'll take your word for it,
All right.
even though it's Bayonetta, so it's automatically not.
I don't know, cause do you like Zero Suit Samus?
I do. I mean, I think Zero Suit sexy. Oh no,
Sexy Suit
but yeah,
Samus.
yeah, I know, right? I think Samus and and her boyfriend Metroid are pretty cool.
Because Bayonetta basically looks like a better version of Zero Suit Samus. Like as
But
far as
TSS is
moves
the
and everything.
second best character in the game.
Well, now she's gonna be the third best.
Oh,
So good.
hey man, we'll see. We'll see.
She's definitely got some crazy combos.
Yeah, dude. Like I mean, from what I looked at my my anger trailer from a while ago,
Mhm.
freaking like I think she looks cool, but at the same time, I hate Bayonetta enough to be like I could be an ignorant jackass.
Yeah, I'm excited. It'll be cool. Corrin, I've gotten around to liking him more. I mean, he's got some cool moves, but we'll see.
Yeah,
He might be the best Fire Emblem character to play as, from what I'm seeing, because I like using Marth slash Lucina, just because they're quick and whatnot. But one last thing to close out the podcast is apparently Twilight Princess is getting a manga or a manga.
nice. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's weird, but that's kind of cool. I guess.
Yeah, and like
Hmm?
they have that one official release one. What was it again? When they re-released it like a while ago for the anniversary. Remember?
Hyrule Historia. Yeah, they had some kind of Zelda manga in the back.
Yeah, that was it. That was it. I knew I couldn't remember.
I never got around to
But
it because I got like halfway through the book and then I never got back into it for some
yeah,
reason.
I
I
actually hate the Hyrule story. I'm
really?
just like, no. Yeah, because I thought like some other timelines just seem to make more sense, and this one they just kind of
Oh,
like, you
okay,
know
yeah,
what, that kind of made me. Everything else is kind of cool about it. But there's too much Skyward Sword also, so I burned all those
yeah.
pages.
I love it for the art stuff and like the behind the scenes kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah, I always love that. This
Yeah,
stuff's cool.
it's awesome. So I guess that'll close it out this week. You can find me at the Mango Viking on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And Mike, where can people find you?
All right, guys, you can find me at Gaming Night Live, SMB Gaming 64 on YouTube and my IGN, and then Troy Fullbuster on Twitter and Twitch. Next podcast will be streamed when we got the whole crew, so you guys can catch the podcast there now.
Cool.
So yeah, all right,
And
man.
so for those who don't know, you can find Unoclay at myign/Unoclay1. And wherever you're listening, you can find us at Just Another Castle on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, iTunes, Podomatic, and IGN. You can send us your questions in the comments or send them at Gmail to our Gmail account at justanothercastle@gmail.com. And if you want to be a guest, you can leave me a message on Twitter at the Mango Viking. So see you next time and leave gaming to Nintendo.
俺は探偵じゃないぞ名探偵だピカッとひらめいた